Hello everybody and welcome back to Buckland Farm. This is episode 3. I hope you're all doing well today. So, we are still in field 41 in the silage contract. As you can see from the last episode, off camera I went round, did all the baling, and I've leased the bale wrapper that I wanted to get, the McHale. I have wrapped all of the bales apart from these last two here, but as you can see there are loads. I think it was 130 something bales on this field. So yeah, as you can imagine, it took a long time. I think it ended up being about 2.5 hours in the end. I actually stopped time while I was doing it because I was aware that the day was running on and I wanted to sort of show you all finishing off this contract in this episode. So I didn't want it to get dark. You wouldn't have been able to see it. So yeah, I've just going to put the time up to one times for now, just so that we can get this finished. So yeah, I think if we were to ever do this contract again, I think we would be better off starting it earlier on in the day. But also I think I would use the follow me mod and put the baler on following the mower, so at least we could get 2 jobs done in one pass, I think. There is this issue with this wrapper as well, where it has to be dead on. It doesn't have to be dead on, but it has to be in a certain place, otherwise it just sort of merges into the wrapper for some reason. I think I just did it again. I keep calling this a baler and it's not, it's a bale wrapper. So apologies for that, but you all know what I mean. So yeah, now we've got everything wrapped, we need to deliver it to the sell point, which is I did just have a quick look. It's basically turn left on this road and then straight down to the end, turn right, and it's the next right, so it's not too far. So it'd be interesting to see how much or how many bales we actually get left over in the field, which will be ours to keep. I'm debating whether to keep them all or just keep some, sell some. I think we will keep some of them at least, just so that we've got some. We'll have some straw, we'll have a bit of silage, and then I'm thinking possibly in that little grass field that we've got, I might just bale that into hay, and then we've got a bit of everything then, possibly for cows maybe, or use the hay for sheep. Not 100% sure yet, but you'll see here I have also swapped the mowers into that section of the shed and swapped it with the tedder, so there's a little bit more headroom there to get the butterfly mowers in. I think I'm going to send the bale trailer that we've got there, send that back, because we're going to get one of the auto stack trailers. if we're going to be doing baling contracts and such, it's going to be a lot easier to pick up a lot of bales with the auto stack rather than manually doing it with a telehandler and loading them on that way. I don't want to go down the route of using a full-on auto load trailer. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing I did do, I have installed a water pipe on the side of this shed. So that will be for when we do get sheep. It's close to the field there, so that we can give them water. And then also, I'm thinking probably at the start of September, we will get a water bowser and we will fill up the greenhouse, get that running, producing lettuces. So that'll be a bit of an income boost every now and then with the lettuce. But what we could also do as well, when we've got a bit more money, is add in some more greenhouses in that area. And get some more veg growing. There's quite a lot of modded greenhouses now, so I do have quite a lot of them installed actually. Speaking of which, I really need to have a look at some sort of mod manager, I think, because I do have a lot of mods, I think. I mean, it's a small amount compared to some people I know, but I've got just over 500, I think. So yeah, it's I think a mod manager would benefit me a lot. But right, so what we're doing, let's go and send the Renault up to the shop, and then we will lease a auto stacker. Let's just pull this out here. Send that off with auto drive. Collection points. There we go. Right. So the auto stacker I'm thinking of leasing is right on the end because it is the most expensive, but this one here I like just because it's a bit different from I mean, that's a modded one. That's a modded version of the standard in-game one. The ARC is in FSX 63.72. It's just modded in the fact that it's a bit quicker working speed and there's more colour options. Yeah, I mean, you could have all sorts of different colours there. Yeah, the one I want to go for is this one on the end, because it will stack them upright rather than this one here, which I also like the look of because it's a bit different from the standard in-game, but it slides them off the end. So if I want to put them in a shed, it's a bit more awkward. So yeah, I think we're going to go for this one. Leave the wheels as they are. So that will also do 14 bales. Of course I don't. Okay, do we have enough money for... for one of the bay. I mean, I don't mind that one. I still don't have enough money for it anyway. Right. What should we do? I think we may have to... Well, there was one... Actually, yeah. So there was... We do have a power harrow. But that won't give me any money back, will it? No. And we could use that for possibly... possibly for ploughing contracts, maybe. Right. The only other option we have is another small loan, I think. I think that's the only option we've really got. What if we did a loan for 20,000 over 1 year? Let's say 2 years. 2 years would be fine. It's a little bit lower. £877 a month. Right, so let's do that. Then we'll have enough to lease the bale loader. We are just adding on more fees, monthly fees, but I'm hoping we can sort of make enough from contracts and our own sort of field work, animals in the future as well, to cover all the fees. So that would be 5,202 per work day. It will be 1,020. And then this one here, so it's £120 more. I think we'll go for this one. Release that. Hook it up to the Renault. We go. Oh. Well, that is my driving skills, everybody. Yeah, so I've been thinking I'm hoping to be able to release these 3 times a week. So I think a Monday, Wednesday and Saturday at 4 PM I think will be doable. I'm starting to get into a rhythm with sort of editing them and getting them uploaded to YouTube. It's all a learning curve. As I say, this is the first time I've ever done this sort of thing, so I hope everybody's enjoying the episodes, and I'm also hoping that they are improving slightly each time. Oh, that was one thing. So when I was wrapping the bales, because of that little sort of glitch where it doesn't take the bale straight away sometimes, I had one where it was offloading one bale, but it also started taking another. So it then just completely glitched out, and the whole tractor, bale wrapper and everything just ended up in these woods over here. And I then lost the 2 bales. They are in those woods somewhere. I just have no idea where. So at some point later on in the series, when we've got a bit of time, we'll go and hunt for those 2 bales. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. It only happened once. Other than that, I do quite like the bale wrapper. It's a nice bit of kit, a bit different to the usual. Right, so I've just driven straight past the field. My own little world there. So let's get this unfolded. Get the first load over to the sell point, and then keep coming back and see how many it takes to complete the contract. I think when you see the baling contracts, you sort of focus on the money rather than how much work is actually involved. So yeah, it's I mean, we would have got it done, so it's not like we're gonna cancel the contract, but just having a little bit more time, I think, would have been a bit better. Just plan out a little bit more. I do apologise for the camera angles as well. I'm trying to remember to try and keep them at a sort of constant, so that it's not too bad visually for you viewers. It's just one of the many things that I need to improve, I think. But it will come as time goes on. Alright, so that is the first load of bales loaded. Fold that away and get on down to the sell point. I will admit, I've already filmed this whole part. I got 45 minutes into a recording, which included a bit of a time lapse as well. And for some reason I didn't have my headphones on while I was recording, so I didn't have any in-game sound. When I went back in after the time lapse bit and hit record, I watched the previous part back and realised that I'd put the in-game radio on at the very beginning, and it had been on the whole time. So I was talking over all sorts of different tracks. So in the end I ended up having to delete the whole recording, and now I'm doing it again. But yeah, I don't know, I must have accidentally turned it on without knowing, and obviously I wasn't aware until I watched the recording back, so thought I'd tell you that this whole recording thing is it can be very testing sometimes. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that has done something like that, so well, I hope I'm not anyway. I'm sure all the big YouTubers do the same, or have done the same before. So this is a sale point here. Hay and straw sale point it's called. We'll just reverse that. Need to be a bit more in the middle, I think. As I found out when I did my previous recording. The triggers, the hazard marked areas don't actually appear, or triggers or anything, so it was a bit hard to know where I needed to unload it, but it's a bit slower than the base game one for unloading, but hopefully that will take those there. That's it. So 14 bales was 18% transported. So that means each bale is just over 1%. 18%, that's going to be 5 and a bit loads. Yeah, just 4 more to go. But potentially we could have maybe 2 and a bit loads left over. So possibly 32 bales maybe, which is absolutely brilliant really. It's, yeah, that's a lot of silage for us to keep. I mean, that would probably be worth as much as the contract, to be honest. Contract is 45,000 something, just over. So potentially we will have the same amount in bales as well. I think what I will probably do is keep them all at the farm, and then when we go into September we can get a rough gauge of what the monthly fees are going to be, and then if they are really high, then we know we've got some silage there that we can sell to make some of the money back. And of course, when we go into September, we'll be going into 2-day months then, so the overnight stuff, I assume, I'm not actually 100% sure, that when it says per work day, would that be the month, or would that be split over the 2 days, or would we get all the lease fees at the end of each day of the month? It'd be interesting to see, because I'm not actually sure. Yeah, I think what I'll do is put the rest of this into a bit of a time lapse, and then bring you back in when we're delivering the last load. So I will see you very shortly.
you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. 'Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. And I just can't hide how I feel about you. Nothing can take that away. 'Cause you make the world so beautiful, so beautiful. And I just can't hide how I feel about you. Nothing can take that away. 'Cause you make the world so beautiful, so beautiful.
Right, so this is load number 6. The last load we brought down took the contract to 90% transported. So I think around 8 of these bales will complete the contract, and then we'll get a little bit of extra money for the rest. There is still a lot of bales on the field, so it's at least 2 more loads, possibly maybe 3. So yeah, a lot of excess bales that we're going to get to keep, which is always good. So we'll just see what we're going to get for this. Nowhere near. Come on. Should have got a little bit closer. Typical, isn't it? When you come back in to record, that's when the problems start. There we go. Right. So that is actually complete now. There we go, we'll get paid for those ones. So, about, what's that, 10, 11, about 12 and a bit grand. So we just need to collect the rest of the bales off that field before we complete the contract. Otherwise, I don't know whether they do, but I believe they just disappear if you collect the contract. So we don't want to do that, because we don't want to risk doing that anyway, because we want the rest of the bales. So yeah. This map is really nice. It's beautiful in places. It's the views from everywhere. It's yeah, really well done. Do like the UK maps, Eastern European maps as well. They're nice to play on. Haven't really done any big maps like American or that sort of thing. I have recently started playing on Aussie farms, just on a personal sort of playthrough. So getting used to using all the big massive machines, all the seeders, seed carts, and yeah, it's a completely different style of farming. So, right, what I'll do, I'll get all these loaded up back to the yard, and then I'll bring you back in when it's all done, and we can collect the contract. See you shortly. Right, that is all the bales off the field. This is the last load. Had a slight problem, as you can probably see. So with this bale stacker, it works pretty much the same as the base game. So reverse up to where you want it. It slides them to the back, stands them up, and then yeah, so stands them up, and then you unload, and they release. The grab parts release, and you've got a stack of bales. Even the base game one, you have to be careful that you don't knock the stack. It's not too bad. But with the base game one, I'm pretty sure the last time I used it, once you get to this position, before you actually release them, you can move it backwards and forwards. So you can normally position it pretty well, but as you can see, the wheels are locked and it just goes to the side. So when I placed down a stack, it wasn't where I wanted it to be. So I tried to maneuver it and it just wasn't happening. And then I released them and I tried to sort of maneuver the whole stack where it was, but it just didn't go to plan and they all fell over. So yeah. But the other thing is, when you release them like that, it's still got the problem of sliding. So it will slide to the side. So you've just got to be really careful, because obviously if you fold it back up, the grab part closes in, so it will just grab the stack that you've just put down. I also, so we got three whole loads of 14 plus another 10, so that's 52 bales. which is amazing from one contract. But not forgetting, there's 2 stuck in the forest over there somewhere. They're just turn this off. There is actually another one over here that was what was left over when I started baling this field. So that's another 3. Yeah, there's one just there. So that is, what's that, 53. But not forgetting that all that grass that we didn't catch when we were mowing, I think that could have maybe made another 3 or 4 bales. So we're looking at about 60 bales left over from one contract, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, that's over what the actual contract paid. So the first stack, I was trying to find the tallest building to see whether I could sort of stack them in a building. Obviously, the tallest building is the silo, so we can't stack them in there. But everything else was just not tall enough. So I tried to stack them in here, and yeah, that just didn't go to plan either. So moving forward, I don't want to keep leasing things and then returning them to get something else in its place. Things like that. I mean, it works. It does what it needs to do. It picks them up and puts them in a stack. So for now, I think we'll keep that bale stacker. And what we'll do, we'll just bring them in, stack at a time, put them somewhere flat, and then we'll use the telehandler to put them away. There is a bale grab that takes 3 or 4 square bales at a time, and it is an auto load one, so you drive up to the bales and it auto loads them, stacks them in a stack of 4. But I think that will be perfect for us. It is auto load, which is unrealistic, but I think it'll be alright just for using on the farm here. So yeah, but going forward, I think pick them up off the field, bring them into the farm, stack them up, and then use the telehandler to move them around to where we want them. Right, so we can now go into that contract. And collect that. So 43,500. So we'll collect that. Thank you very much. Still, it's just baling contracts. I think there'll be some. Pretty sure there'll be some harvest contracts coming up in the next month or 2. It'll be sorghum, soybeans, corn, sunflower, that sort of thing. So I think we will jump on some of those. We don't have a corn header though, so we would have to lease one of those. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for August. So thank you very much for watching again. And I hope you will join me again in the next episode. Off camera, I'm just going to tidy these up, I think, before next month. I'll get these stacked away somewhere. Get everything parked up nice and neat. Ready to start September in the next episode. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, then please like the video. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I'll try and reply back to as many as I can. If you don't already, then please hit the subscribe button. It will help the channel. It will go a long way to helping out. So yeah. thank you very much. I'll see you all again soon. Cheers for now.